Well, happy Monday, everyone. Welcome to ATI Pro Media. We're powered by Advanced Trading, coming to you live from beautiful Ames, Iowa. Oh, yeah, that's the school that beat Iowa. Did you see that game? Speaking of beatings, did you see Notre Dame get beat by Northern Illinois? Imagine paying a football team to come to your home stadium to beat you. I didn't see any of these games, but I did watch a little of the replays, and it looked like it was an exciting weekend in NCAA football. Speak of exciting, we have the markets open today. Soybeans zipped up. They were up 15. We have a USDA meeting Thursday. Politics, well, we got a couple things going on. They're back in session out in DC. We have a debate Tuesday. That'll be interesting if you want to watch that. If you don't want to watch it, watch the highlights and you could see everyone's version of the truth. But the truth is, we have a harvest coming up. I spent yesterday driving through northern Indiana, northern Illinois, I-80 crop tour. Things look good. Crops are a lot greener in Iowa than they are in Indiana and Illinois. Very fast maturing crop, if you ask me. Of course, I'm not an agronomist. I don't even play one on TV. Let's go to where I do know a little something about. Let's go to LaSalle Street, look at the markets. East corn trading down 2, border trade wheat down 5. Got limited quotes here because I'm looking at my iPhone. If no beans are the big winner. 1017 up 12. Looking at the meats a little bit, hogs up a little bit, and cattle a little mixed. They were up, they are now down. Keep an eye on that cattle market because we had a lot of volatility on Friday in all the markets. Let's take it to Wall Street real quick, where we had so much of that volatility. Dow Jones up 300. S&P's up 50, NASDAQ up 200. It's become an everyday occurrence where we just talk about this volatility. Crude oil, 67.80, 67 handling crude. Great day to call the fuel guy and get those fuel needs locked in for harvest. Gold's up a little, silver's up a little. Let's bring him in the show. Interest rates are pretty moderate. Brady Huck coming to us from Dodge City, Kansas. He's probably got a lot to say because we had some crazy markets in cattle. Brady, let's start with headlines. I understand you built today's show. I was off doing hair and makeup. I got off RFD TV and you go, how are you on this when I'm watching you on this? But
we had two Tommies. I'm watching you on
one
RFD TV and you pop into our show. What the heck? Yeah.
Tommy's too many. I think they delay me in case I say something crazy. So, but no one can stop me here. Only Mr. Rick can.
No delay here. No delay.
No. This is real. What you built a heck of a show. Let's talk about it. What do you got for headlines, my friend?
Well, 8:00 every morning, 8:00 Central Time, we get to see if there's a flash sale, and we had another one today. So that's good to see. Private exporters reported 132,000 metric tons of beans for delivery to China. 24-25 marketing year. It's good to see these come in. There's always the risk of cancellation with these or switching origins from the U.S. to South America, but it comes across as a cancellation. So you take them with a grain of salt, but it's that time of year where they need to come in, Tommy.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd love to see some beans shipped out of PNW. I'll be traveling up to Big Iron this week, and we always hit this time where wheat harvest is over, and a lot of people can't make it to Big Iron because they're doing beans. It doesn't look like this year, South Dakota, North Dakota, Minnesota, beans need another week or two. Should be a packed show for our clients and friends out there. Husker Harvest Days. That's kind of more over in Brady Huck area. So a lot of farm shows here this week. Always a good time. We'll see if people bring their checkbooks out or if they're just kicking tires, sir.
Yeah, well, it's good to get around and socialize, network, and see what's out there to help you grow more bushels. And, there's a lot of things out there to help you market those bushels a little better too. But we got a crop report this Thursday, September. WASDE going to be eyes on, any other adjustments to yield, acreage, and, output type demand adjustments. Are we going live for that show, Tommy, this Thursday?
It's up to you. If you want to, we can. I'll be at my Agbo Media has a studio in Mayville, North Dakota. I'll be down there in the basement of the bank. I'll get everything set up. Absolutely. Let's do it. We'll probably do a real short show on Thursday, just to open live at 9. Here's what's going on. Quick headline, little exports. Boom. See everyone. What do you say? 10:45. Get warmed up. Get talking.
Yeah. Always fun to see how that market reacts and trades to the numbers. Will the USDA they get the numbers out at 11? And that's always kind of a gamble too. But what do they print and what's it going to be and how's the trade going to react? But
yeah, happy to see beans up. Looking at my phone, I don't see it in the corn and wheat. Wheat, matter of fact, is not doing well. And after Friday, were you involved? I know you were traveling visiting clients. Did you see on Friday how the markets were up and then those comments came out from the Wall Street Journal reporter We sold off hard. His name's Nick something. We'll call him Nick something. But talk about being able to move the markets. He put out a tweet. Dow went from up 200 to down 600. Cattle went down. It was a risk-off day. It's really because beans were down like 12, 15, and corn was still up. And then corn traded down 5. Not a pretty day on the charts on Friday, Brady.
No, some of those days, I unfortunately, I was kind of a little bit disconnected from the headlines and catching up on reading what was moving the markets, but watching them and seeing that price action, yeah, absolutely one of those days you just ready for the weekend to start. So speaking of every Friday, we get the funds, commitment of traders, positioning. They covered some shorts last week, which that data is as of Tuesday, so it doesn't take in the rest of the week's position trades and change in price. But the corn covered 65,000 of their net short. Got a graphic here that illustrates that. I'm going to pop that up. When I look at the corn managed money flow, I like to break it out of percentage of longs and what's short versus just the net short position. So that green line up there shows that there's actually some longs coming in the market, and the red line shows that the funds have been covering shorts the past few weeks or so, month. Sneakily covering shorts though, Tommy. This market, catching a little bounce, get maybe a little higher, but for covering the amount of shorts that they've done the last month and a half, 2 months, I would like to see the price a lot higher than it is right now.
Yeah, a little quick math. I know we're going to have harvest pressure we do every year, but if you start to look at the carry, folks, on premium last week, we talked a little bit about the carry, and I think this afternoon, Dave Lechtenberg sitting in the room next to me, we're going to do another premium, just kind of looking at the carry and corn, carry and beans, folks who need to sell off the combine, what their choices are. But for folks who don't have to sell off the combine and have storage on the farm, interesting times because that carry's really building when you look out into the March and May contract. If you have the bushels and you can catch the carry, things aren't looking so bad this year. But I will say this, pop that chart back up. I imagine your profitability is a lot better on those green bars. And what I always like to tell people, when the funds are bullish in buying it, if you're not selling it to the funds, then you're going to sell it back to them in those red bars. So when we're green bars like that, you want to be selling, protecting, selling, protecting. Now what's going to happen with these red bars is you are actually letting the funds out of their position, and that's not a compliment to you. So if you don't sell it to the funds when they're bullish, you end up with what we have now, where the funds have a huge bearish position.
Yep, good additional comments color there on marketing the carry and the fund positioning and being able to take this as an actionable level. To add to that, this is the longest we've seen funds. They're short, net short, but it's the lightest that short has been since May. In the calendar year, lightest short position we've seen is actually 71,000 short. So they haven't even been long this year when you look at going back since January 1. So interesting out there. Next headline here, KC wheat crop insurance pricing, 584. That's still being discovered. Got a few more days, but it's looking like it's going to be under $6, and the market's below 584. So we're going to maybe see that drift lower here if we stay below that. This is, I think, 734 last year was the number. So a little disappointing number there, but always keep an eye on that crop insurance prices getting discovered in KC wheat, as those planters are probably going to start. The drills are going to start rolling here pretty soon down here in Kansas, Tommy.
I love it. I love it. I want to welcome all our new premium subscribers. We had some folks who reached out to us, whether they're friends of the Farmer Marketing Group, the commercial department. We'd love to have you on board. Let's talk about what we did on Friday. Definitely on premium, we had a fan favorite here. Mr. Jim talked about land prices and cash rents. That was interesting. Look at that. Cash rent, land prices. Jim Rother, Mitch Premium. He's the land talker. Great monthly article, folks. It's free. Google the land talker, sign up. And Jim joins us at the first of the month, talks about land. Keep watching out for those no sales. May look like land's not breaking, but a lot of auctions happening with no sales. And then, of course, this morning, we had Mick Kerr talking about the weather. Some good news for the folks up north. And all folks, looks like nice heat coming in. Going to pick up some extra GDUs on the Indian summer. Folks keeping their fingers crossed and putting an extra 20 in the basket on Sundays that we don't get that frost freeze event in North Dakota. It would be a horrible deal if this crop doesn't finish well. If it does finish well, you're going to have a lot more bushels coming to market faster than you think. I think from what I noticed in northern Indiana and Illinois, called a couple clients yesterday. I love that on a Sunday. I'm good enough relationship with these people to call them on a Sunday and say, hey, I'm right by your house. Things really look like they're coming on fast. And they said, yeah, we might start cutting this week. And if you're out there, if you're harvesting, you want to call us in private or email us info at ATI Pro Media 1-855-737-FARM. You probably don't want us telling the whole world how great your yield is because you think it'll make the market go down. I understand. Questions, comments, drop them in. I'm ready to get out of here. Oh, debate. Woof. Glad I'm not on that stage. I don't know what to say about that thing. Should be some fireworks. I do know you won't probably see the folks talking over each other because they'll be muting the mics, and that's probably good for all of us. So yeah, I don't know. I usually don't watch debate. I usually watch the clips afterwards. It's just not. I don't know what to say. I'm speechless, and that doesn't happen often. But speaking of speechless, I spoke with Don Wick already and got today's premium done. They're back in session in DC, and there are a ton of ag groups out marching the Hill, really pushing for that farm bill. They're going to be in session for maybe 12, 14 days, and then they're going to go all start helping their own candidates for presidential, supporting their parties as we come in. They'll be in 14, 15 days. We'll be 45 days out to the election. Expect volatility, folks. If you're out there and you see these markets in the beans, you want to get forward sold, maybe have some option ownership on the upside. But this crop's coming to town. We're going to get to do our job at Advanced Trading. We're going to get to talk to people about the cash market. We're going to talk about spreads, basis, and of course, futures and options. So Brady Huck's registered 33 and an LRP insurance, myself, Connor, Joe, the whole team. So if you need something, I need to start telling people, Brady, go to the Advanced Trading website and go under Contact Us. It's really easy to do. You can go under the Advanced Trading website or the ATI Pro Media. When you hit Contact Us, I get those immediately. Myself and a few others from Advanced, we get those, and then we distribute them to whatever broker. But if you need a consultation or a pep talk or whatever, I can't go back in time and help you sell what you should have, what looked at lower prices when we planted the crop. But we can help you from moving forward here. Continue volatility's theme, my friend. All right, you want to read that? I'm pretty far from my laptop, but go ahead, give it a.
You bet. I'll try.
You squint too. I see you squinting too.
It's the distance. The distance can be a problem. But
that's what all
here
the
we go.
older people say.
Yeah, Buckeye Farm Boy updated drought monitor shows over 90% of Ohio in some kind of drought now. Yep, definitely a dry finish here across a lot of that area. But some of it, is it beneficial? If there's a time to be dry, is it September, tail end of September, October? I don't know. What do you think, Tommy?
Well, I'd love to see harvest start and go full swing and then get some really nice rains and stop it. We get that basis pop, those quick ship opportunities. If we go full blown into a drought here, we're going to have the quickest harvest with big bushels, and you're going to see a wide cash market, because really what the cash market's telling you is, hold up, we want your bushels, but not right now. Do you mind holding them for us through January, March, May, April, June, July? Oops, you got to go plant a crop. We'll give you this in July, right? And so the market's a really smart thing, and you need to really stay on these markets. The markets know there's a big crop coming. So what can confuse something like this? A lower river level could throw us for a ride. I wouldn't mind to see a rain, get that river up. I want to be able to see that grain flow. It's not good when grain flow gets disrupted during harvest. So we want to keep that grain flow. Like when we had, I don't think it happened really, but the Canadian rail strike, that didn't do the markets any favors. Hopefully they get through that. And a lot of interesting things happening to our friends in the north and friends down south. We've seen decent exports, so let's hope it stays up. Any other questions, comments?
Grow the farm up here. Do we sell or protect before the report here this week? That's a good question, Tommy.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Want to take a stab at it?
Yeah, how well you sleeping? I slept like a baby last night, but I wasn't long or short anything. I went to bed 100% flat. If you don't know what size crop you're going to have, it's extremely affordable to buy like an October option here for that report. You could still do the Novs; those are fine. Deces too, but there's different months. If you need to spend a nickel to get some corn protected or a dime to get some beans protected next 15 to 30 days, do it. Folks in the Northern Plains were definitely asking them to buy a Jan option. I spent a lot of my week last week buying Jan puts. I want to get people through the election, maybe give them a chance to store beans if there becomes a reason or something happens out of South America. So don't get yourself in a pickle where you woulda, coulda, shoulda. Is this report a big deal? They're probably going to tell us there's a pretty nice crop out there. Time will tell, my friend.
Yep. Absolutely. Well, It's good to have the engagement from the farmer. I know your phone's been ringing, Tommy, and guys are asking questions about what to do here this fall. Grow the farm up. Appreciate that question. Always things we can do. So, yep.
Yeah, signing up a lot of new accounts. I'm always interested in meeting new people. I think you have more capacity to handle a few more accounts. I know Brother Joe does, myself, Connor. We have a whole group of advanced trading. Let's get someone in your area who can help you. But most importantly, is you need to help yourself. We don't have a magic wand that's going to do anything. Dave Lechtenberg says hi. He's in the next room, and
Dave.
he made breakfast this morning, and I got to thank the chef, and I might move in with him because I woke up and I had coffee and breakfast, and someone better tell Gina I'm not coming home. But in Ames,
Cooking
Iowa
your breakfast
today,
and filming premium with you today. How
man,
can a guy beat that?
No, he's you know, I was telling him you can't quit work. You're just getting good at your job. You know, as we get older and do this more, you better get better at this. If you're getting worse, that's not good. Any other questions, comments? We'll hop. We talked about premium. We'd love for you to subscribe. $30 a month. $1 a day. We're putting out all types of stuff. If you want those texts, I'm texting people once, twice a day, getting ready to send out an actionable text here right now, just saying that the stock market's almost recovered all of its Friday losses. Maybe people are putting risk back on, but you get the morning email, you get the text, you get the 5 to 6 videos a week. You get to meet some really nice people that you probably don't see out in everyday life, and you get to see a different side of them. Like that interview with Tyne Morgan, that was interesting to see her. You know, she's not under. We're not doing it for 2 minutes and then a commercial. We're not paid. You know, we'd love some advertisers, but we're not there yet. So we are sponsored by Advanced Trading, owned by Advanced Trading, and we want you to become a client of Advanced Trading, whether it be on the pro media side or on the customer side. So anything else you want, you might as well. We're selling. Tell us about LRP Insurance real quick, Brady Huck, and then we'll get out of here.
Yeah, if you're interested in LRP, it's a great product to establish a foundational floor in cattle markets, feeders, fats, hogs. Great tool out there. We're licensed in many states, and we'll teach you how you can use it and how you can leverage it with these markets softening up. There's a lot of things guys need to be doing if they already have LRP on to protect the equity in that position. And call us. We will teach you how you can do that and really enhance LRP by combining options accounts with that LRP policy.
Sounds like a good deal. Brady Huck, Dodge City, Kansas, Tommy Grisafi, Ames, Iowa. I will see you tomorrow, my friend.
See y'all.
Thanks for joining us. We're here every day, 9 a.m. Central. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.